All right, let's get into it today. This may take a couple of episodes, parts 1, parts 2, for this discussion I'm going to have now. So let me start it out. Review the title. You may have, you did see it. That's why you clicked on this one, called Gravity and Love. So let's start with that. Gravity and love. Do you see it, or do you just feel it every day? Or at least have the opportunity every day to appreciate those two things, gravity and love. So I want to go a little bit deeper and hopefully not too deep where I lose you, but help me to slow down this delivery today and maybe give you a chance to ruminate on a few points here. So I've been discussing in the 820 Enterprise this thing called resilience, self-discovery, self-leadership. But typically, I like to open any opportunity or challenge or problem, even as a business analyst, to open a conversation with a question that seems to be more open and inviting instead of a declaration to alarm you or to put you off. So the question and subject today is about love and gravity. But even more refined, I'm going to offer you this question. Can I drop you without gravity? You're probably saying, what? Yes. The question I just posed to you, can I drop you without gravity, is and related to personal leadership and resilience. Now, back in my days in the Army, we were taught how to teach, lead, learn, and present. When making a presentation, we were taught in these 3 simple steps. To the audience, tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you just told them. That was very effective and kind of efficient, by the way. Another methodology from back in the Army days was the whole break you down and then build you back up approach, meaning that the organization would, through power and force and through a smattering of ego and fear play involved, they would effectively destroy your original personal image or projection and then replace that one with the Army-approved rendition of you. Again, quite effective in many, many ways. As I sincerely appreciated and still appreciate the measures for development that have been used in the armed forces, I want to go to another level or another perspective, another aspect of that. So instead of the overt and aggressive force of influence, I am suggesting the open questioning, more of a confident, humble curiosity for the direction, for a decision to be considered. So while the question I just posed to you has plenty of variables and unknown, perhaps to you now, that is the intention of that question. Asking you to be uncomfortable a bit temporarily for the growth I presume you want to experience. For growth from not the same routines and methods used before, but perhaps with the appropriately renewed perspectives from the changes that occur with or without your awareness. I would vote for greater awareness in this case, particularly when it comes to the awareness of self, the connection to others and to other conditions or through other conditions, and with the application of that awareness to the win, success, challenge, and life that you have. So what does gravity and dropping and leadership and resilience and me have in common with you? Let's start with gravity. The law of attraction can be argued for consideration or argued against for the position of posterity. Regarding another perspective on attraction, one acceptance of fact cannot be argued or ignored. The fact of attraction that is gravity. Everything, all things and objects that have matter or mass have gravity, meaning that pull on and are drawn to other forms, things, even thoughts or observations as things. In terms of that secret law of attraction that focuses on the frequency, the vibration of thought, some may accept or reject that observation and hypothesis. And so be it. That's fine. What cannot be faulted, however, is gravity. Some of you may need proof of that. Very simply, if I were to jump, or even before, have the thought or observation to jump, I know that I will return to the ground, whether I have temporarily flown, glided, soared, or leapt greatly. I will return to the earth. Here is the relation. The same gravity applies to the people and situations that we experience. That law of attraction, the secret, the vibration, the energy, the frequency. Keeping it simple, the attraction we all share may seem too complicated and yet too simple to ignore. It is simple thought of positive, without doubting of self, perhaps taking a moment to remember self before the imposed sacrifice before self, to know, believe, and simply be from the source that is internal to you first and for you to confirm. Keeping it simple, or maybe even simpler, that connection need not be rigorous or complicated. The attraction is pervasive, constant. What may be missing, however, is our respective awareness of the guiding and designing energy that just is. To reduce the argument about what to call it, where it exists, that it exists is enough. The attraction is the gravity. In this environment, in these forms that we represent, we are visiting here, drawn to the ground of this earth and reconciled with the earth within us, within each of us. Certainly, the spiritual energy and frequency is more timeless than the form we present or represent here. The gravity of the energy, the gravity of the matter, so to speak, is what connects us and draws us into these configurations, these meetings, these conferences, seemingly random coincidences. But yes, they are organized in a way that we may never know, but we should come to accept that as a reality. Let's stop here and come back to this discussion about gravity and love and dropping you without gravity in part 2. Until then, stay present, stay current. No matter where you are in this world, remember, it is always 820.